Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the struggle is real. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are gonna tell you like it's not practical to be a writer. You're not gonna make money doing it. It's a competitive field. There's everyone and their mom wants to be a writer. I don't blame people that get into the corporate field at all, or that do their 9-to-5s. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It brings them the money, puts food on the table, pays the bills. I do my 40 hours a week at a different job right now, support my writing. I want to make it so that I can write full time. So that's my main goal right now. Writing is really competitive to get into. As difficult as it is to finish a book, there's thousands of people out there who have already done it, finished their books and are trying to submit it to publishers and to agents. Publishing companies, they receive about hundreds of query letters and manuscripts a month that they have to go through, that they have to read through. So they'll read the first few chapters at most of these entries, and if they're interested, then they'll contact the author and they'll ask for more work to read. The first time I was submitting my other book, not Violet Star, but Blackjack, it got rejected a few times, more than a few times, and I realized that it's not as easy as just writing a book and getting published. Difficult selection process that goes along with it. So I took a break from Blackjack and I wanted to write something completely new, escape from reality, and that's where Violet Star came in. And it came very naturally and very fast in about 2 months. I think I wrote the rough draft. I had my friends and family read through it and get it back and then edit it and hand it back out to them. And then we would go back and forth. And then after a lot of editing, I would submit Violet Star, but I was immediately hearing back from publishers and agents that they were interested in it. So it's a lot of trial and error. You have to really be dedicated to your craft, no matter what it is, if you wanted to get it out there.
What do you think you're doing differently than any other, young writer?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing too much differently. I'm trying to do all that I can. I try to go out to as many schools as I can to talk about the book and talk about writing in general and spread the joy of reading and writing. Read Across America Month was a great opportunity for me to do that.
Was there anything that you did differently in the process that is getting you this far? Because like you said, you're the first. I haven't heard going to school and going to college and being surrounded by so many different people. You hear people that they want to become writers, that they want to become actors and actresses, and they want to, become a part of these fields. But by the time they graduate, I think they graduate with a degree in hotel and restaurant management, or they graduate with a degree in business. And I'm just like, when we were first years, you said you wanted to be a writer. What happened? And so I'm curious as to just taking those classes and just your progress along of saying this is going to happen and I'm going to stick to it. Was there no plan B? Because you said that your dad also had a high influence in having a plan B or whatever the case.
Yeah, I would say there's always a plan B. You know how logical I can get, and my dad has a lot to do with that. I have this 2-eye theory. We have 2 eyes for a reason. One to look forward on the future, but one to keep an eye in the present. So I always have 1 eye in the present, 1 eye in the future. I'm going to do right now what's going to make me the most happy, which is writing. Although I have my other eye that's watching the future, so I'm always prepared for, worst case scenario. And right now that's working full time for the county. And when I get off work, I dedicate all my time to writing to make that happen too. It gets kind of exhausting, but you have to do what you have to do. I don't blame people at all. All our friends in college who started off a creative major and then had to change it to business or something. You got to have your eye in the future. I will always pay for the bills one way or another, but I'm also going to be writing.
When I think of writers, it seems not necessarily a lonely world, but it's you and your mind and your creativity. And I'm just curious as to what's the life of a writer? It's
a lonely life. Just me and my wine glass and my typewriter.
I wouldn't doubt it though. That's what I imagine.
My cigar, late night. I don't smoke.
But I just want to know, what is the life of a writer?
No, I get off work, and since I work really odd hours, I'll take a quick nap, and then I'll wake up, I'll hang out for a little while, see what's going on, and then late night, around 9 or 10 o'clock or so, when he's going to sleep, I'll do a little bit of writing. And then on my weekends, I'll go to Starbucks and do some writing there and do some brainstorming. I'll do a lot of writing, for 3-4 hours at a time, at least.
So the last 3 things, because I am going to forget because I have a horrible memory, is I just want to know your process, 1 to 5 process, whatever the case, being able to get your work published. Tips for young writers that you wish that people would have told you or that have been working for you. And the last one is just your main message.